Is it a bad thing to be exposed as an otaku
it's a little
in Japan?
bit I think, and obviously I'm not Japanese, I wouldn't know, but from what I've heard.
Teach me more about Asian culture, Melody.
Stop it! Stop it!
This video is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. The cool thing about Squarespace is that it gives you tons of blogging tools to share stories, photos, videos, and updates. They have email campaigns and social sharing so that you can make sure that it's configured for all types of social media. My favorite thing about Squarespace is that they have so many options for beautiful website designs for literally any type of website that you can think of. If you're interested, you can head to squarespace.com/readwithcindy to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain using my code ReadWithCindy.
Today, Melody and I are back for part 2 of romance manga recommendations. This time, half of it is going to be romance manga recommendations, and the other half is going to be Melody providing romance anime recommendations.
Yes.
Just to continue to be consistent with what we did last time, we have another box of Japanese snacks. So we're going to do like a taste testing in between our recommendations for the different romance manga / anime, and it's gonna be a good weeboo time. So the box I got is from BOKKSU, the Seasons of Japan. Maybe we can go through them one season at a time.
Okay.
And in between the seasons, we each give a recommendation for like an anime and a manga.
Okay.
First, we're gonna start with summer.
I'll do the handmade yuzu sake candy.
Yuzu sake tastes almost like yuzu lemonade. Sweet, refreshingly citrusy, and with little to no trace of alcohol flavor.
Are we ready?
Okay. Oh.
Why are you biting it?
Oh, I didn't know you were supposed to suck on it.
Suck on it.
I'm a biter, not a sucker.
It's very lemony. It's kind of fizzy a little bit.
This tastes like gum.
It's just a hard lemon candy.
Damn, I guess we're gonna be sucking on this for a while. I am gonna go with the Mala Akisen fried rice cracker. The flavor in this fried rice cracker will blow your mind. I can dig it. It's not spicy.
It is not.
But it's definitely fried.
Yummy.
It just tastes like fried crackers. Seaweed tempura. These addictive seaweed sheets are battered, fried, and flavored to create a crisp and tangy snack.
I like that.
Whoa.
I like these ones because they kind of taste citrusy. The only way that I can describe them is if anybody's ever had, literally it's just Lay's lemon chips. A little bit less lemony, but similar, and then just more fried cracker texture.
Oh my god.
The cute little one.
I really like this packaging here. Don Don Yaki. They are fried and then marinated in tonkatsu sauce to give them a deep, complex, savory flavor that's tangy, peppery, and a little sweet.
It's another fried cracker.
Yeah, it's just smaller. I can taste more of that tonkatsu flavor.
Yeah.
My first romance manga recommendation is called Tomodachi No Hanashi. This one is just 1 volume long because it's 4 chapters, so you could read it in like one sitting. This is a very short volume that's basically about these 2 girls who are best friends, and one of them is very conventionally attractive, but she's very cold to other people.
Oh.
So the other girl is someone who is reserved and meek. She doesn't feel that confident about herself, and kind of like the more clumsy one and everything. She always like apologizes and everything.
Oh, wow.
They are like 2 very different people from each other, but they're best friends. But the more conventionally attractive one, like the popular one, I mean, she's not really popular because everyone thinks she's like a bitch. But the reason why she's a bitch, the parallels.
This is getting so
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Every
Wait a
time
minute.
a guy confesses to her to ask her out to be his girlfriend, she says, I'll agree to date you, but only if you put my best friend top priority before me and before anything else. And he's like, that's kind of weird. Okay, whatever. They just say yes to like, you know, get with her. But then she will like literally watch when they go on a date. She's like, why didn't you invite my best friend? Like she's supposed to go there.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I know. But
Because it's a date.
I know. Literally, like you have to prioritize like my best friend as like
That
the top
level of devotion.
person of all. Yeah, she's like really, really into it. Because there's this whole story about how they became friends. She's just like super loyal. She puts her above everything else.
That's very. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that it's
No,
sweet,
it
but
is
I think
sweet
it's
because It is a romance. I'll get to that in a bit. But like the main part of it is this friendship between these two girls. So the setup is there's a guy who confesses to that popular girl. She does the same thing. He says like, okay. But then he, again, gets weirded out every time she wants to constantly bring her friend everywhere and like prioritize her every single time. So things don't work out. That guy who gets his heart broken, his best friend feels resentful towards those two girls. Okay, so in the beginning, he's basically kind of misogynistic because he doesn't really like girls because he grew up in a family of sisters who have been like really bitchy and catty. He looks at the two of them and he thinks, well, she's obviously just using her friend to blah, blah, blah. So he kind of like bullies the clumsy friend a little bit. She reacts in a way where it's different from what he expected girls to react to. He realizes that her friendship with this girl is not inauthentic as he thought because he's so used to like hearing his sisters gossip and talk about their friends' backs that he thought, oh, this is how like, oh, by the way, they're in high school. That's why they're dumb.
That's why they're being so fucking dramatic.
Then he starts to fall for the clumsy girl.
Really?
And
There's hope for me yet.
He's very quick to be like, oh, wait, I was wrong. And he's very upfront about it. He's like, listen, I was wrong. I'm really sorry. And he is very straightforward when he decides to like pursue her. The rest of the story just goes into like how he's trying to court that clumsy friend and she is like super nervous because she's not used to this. She just thinks that he's going after the friend. And the popular girl is just like, I have my fucking eye on you. And she's like super protective. It's just a story about these two friends. There is like a romance tied to it that I thought was cute, even though he is a jerk in the beginning. And it's nice for the attention to be on the more clumsy, reserved girl. Not just like from the guy, but just the popular friend that she's with. Like she cares about her so much.
Aww.
And so it's just sweet all around.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What is the anime you would recommend?
Kamigami No Asobi. Essentially what it is different kinds of gods exist, but apparently they are losing their touch with humanity. They're starting to look down on humans.
Ooh,
and for
I feel that this year. It takes place in 2020.
It does not, but it should, right? Despite the fact that there's so many different gods from different religions, cultures, for some reason Zeus still rules over all of them. Zeus realizes that these young gods are completely detaching from humanity. He makes them
human?
Yes, he makes them human and sends them to a celestial high school, and then he pulls one human girl to fix them.
Of course!
Of course!
Of course!
Because that's how you're gonna get gods to realize that
only one
humans
teenage
are good.
girl
One teenage girl
can save them all.
She has a little more of a head on her shoulders. She does fight back with them a little bit, trying to get them to see humans for what they are. And it's very funny. It's really entertaining. The animation is really good. All the guys are super cute. All of them are very endearing. You're going to root one or the other. The villain ends up being somebody you didn't think it was, and I thought that was a really cool twist. If you want to give it a try, I would say go for it.
Okay. What season goes after summer?
Fall.
I'm gonna just choose Black Sesame Taiko just
Can I
because the packaging is so cute.
Made with fragrant roasted almonds, black sesame, and sugar syrup. This black sesame taiko is scrumptious. Nice.
This is kind of cool.
I like the flavor. It tastes like sesame seeds with sugar.
This tastes just like sesame balls, but like flattened into a rice cracker. But I like sesame balls best because they still have some kind of custard in it. So for me, it just feels like I'm eating the crust of something, but not the actual thing.
It's good though. I like it. All of these are really good quality. Let's do the Aomori Apple Caramel Yakoi Sable. Uses apples exclusively from Aomori, which is the highest apple producing region in Japan, affectionately nicknamed Apple Prefecture.
Dude, it looks like a snickerdoodle. Oh, it's really?
Oh, that smells so good!
I don't care for it.
I like it.
Maybe I just don't care for apple.
I can definitely taste the caramel. I can definitely taste the apple. I love this. Yay!
Yay, I'm glad you like it.
It's so good.
Next one we'll do is the Mini Shiruko Sando Red Bean Cracker.
The unassuming golden cracker conceals a thin layer of red bean paste. Its flavor is inspired by shiruku, a traditional Japanese dessert of sweet red bean porridge. I'm not a fan of red beans, so this is kind of scary for me.
They taste like crackers to me.
Yeah.
I don't taste any red beans. Maybe it's just a very subtle.
I like them.
We're saving the one
best
we're most hopeful
for last. There was a genius out there who decided to make the best use of the matcha and put it into a soft cake.
Matcha chocolate stick cake.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
That's what it looks like. It's sweet.
It's good.
This tastes like when you go to like any Asian bakery and you get one of those matcha cakes. It has like chocolate chips in it too.
I like the combination of matcha and chocolate, and it's so fluffy.
The second romance manga that I'm gonna recommend is not shoujo, it's BL, which stands for boys love. And I normally do not read boys love because if I'm reading a romance, I prefer to read it between a guy and a girl or a girl and another girl because I need to insert myself as the girl, as like escapism. So when there's two guys, I'm like, well, who do I pretend I am? But it has worked out for me with 10 counts. And I read this because I ran out of shoujo to read. So I was like, damn it, I ran out of straight stories to read. Time to move on to the gay shit now.
Yeah.
But 10 count is so freaking good.
It is.
And pretty hot.
It is.
It's pretty steamy. The main guy has OCD. His type of OCD is with cleanliness. So he has to wear gloves
because his hands are so chapped.
Yeah, his hands are so chapped from just washing them so many times. He can't open a door handle with his bare hand. He can't buy a book from the bookstore because so many other people have touched it.
Yeah.
The other character is a psychotherapist who agrees to help him out with his issues. They spend time together, they work together. Suddenly, the psychotherapist decides to end their sessions. And the main guy is so heartbroken and he doesn't understand why. And he feels like he can't do this
What
without
are these
him.
feelings?
Yeah, exactly. But it turns out the reason why the psychotherapist decided to end it was because, and he admits this to the main guy later, that he started to develop feelings for the main guy.
Yeah.
So he just wanted to end it because it wouldn't have been professional. So bonus points to him.
Right? Yeah, we
for
love
being a professional.
for owning up.
And then the main guy's like, I don't care. They decide to continue their relationship anyway, and then things get really steamy. I'm glad that he, ended it first,
Right.
because he was like,
professional
no, this
relationship.
ain't professional. But then once the other guy consented to it,
Right.
exactly. That's my justification for it. I was super attracted to the psychotherapist.
I was about to say.
It's weird because I didn't think that I would like a sadist because I'm like,
Right.
ooh, I don't want any pain.
Yeah.
But then I don't know the way
There
that
was
he goes
something
about
about him.
Just something about him. Something about him.
It's getting hot in this
really got
room.
me going.
Mine is completely different from yours.
Go ahead.
It's not technically a shoujo. It is definitely more about friendship, even though some of the characters do have little crushes on each other. This one is called Stars Align, and it is technically a sports anime. So Stars Align is about a soft tennis middle school team that is a boys team that is not doing too hot. The girls team at their school is amazing. They win championships. They have 5 managers. They have like 40 girls playing. They're on top of it, and the boys suck.
Oh, we love to see it.
Yeah.
Female supremacy.
Of course.
Let's
So-
follow them. Let's follow their story.
Right?
instead.
Unfortunately, we are following the boys. And
Yawn.
the new school year starts and they get noticed that now funds to each club are going to be giving out in order of how much you bring back to the school. And since their club is completely useless, it is most likely that they're going to get shut down. The captain, Toma, is like, internally freaking out, like, what the hell am I going to do? Along comes this new kid to the school, Maki, who is super energetic, super calm. I love his character. He's so kind of laissez-faire and just like kind of goes with the flow, but also like has a lot of heart because his mom is a single mom, and he works really hard to make sure that he is on top of it for her. He is such a darling little boy. I adore him. Toma and Maki used to be childhood friends. Maki moved away. Now he's back. Toma says, come be in the club. From there, it just goes on to the adventures of the boys trying to become a better club, trying to get more motivated, how Maki comes in and changes them and lets them see you have to have passion for this game. You have to have passion for your players and the people you work with. It is so sweet and it is so wholesome. There is one non-binary character. There is one transgender character. It does touch on domestic abuse. Quite a handful of the kids do suffer with overbearing parents, if not outright abusive fathers. I remember when I first started watching the first episode, I really did think that I was going to give up on it. And then those last 10 to 5 minutes hit and it changed everything and I was hooked. I finished it so quickly because it was so good. But unfortunately, because it does have a lot of different representation representation that is slowly, very, very slowly starting to become normal or expected here in American television. In Japan, it's still very, very new. So when the series came out, it was supposed to be 24 episodes. It was cut down to 12. They might not be getting their other 12 episodes, even though the story, if you have watched it, you know what happens at the end of the first season, and it is insane.
Wait, so they cut it down to 12 episodes because of the transgender representation?
Yeah, and the non-binary, and then like there is technically a queer crush.
Man, that's lame.
And that's why I was like, no, if Cindy has this, you know, platform that I can say, please watch Stars Align and support it because it is so important.
I like how you had to cool off because you got so passionate about like the friendship and everything, and I got so like, oh man, that guy in 10 count.
We compliment each other very well.
Right? We really do, because it's like the spectrum of like asexual to like very, very sexual.
Winter.
I am gonna pick the Gudetama Golden Pack simply because the packaging is super cute. This puff stick has all the savory kick we would expect with subtle notes of seaweed, sesame, and sugar from the furikake.
It looks like a Twinkie. It reminds me of a Cheetos Pop. It just looks cheesy, right? But it does taste similar.
I can vaguely taste the seaweed, which I do like. This is the Jaga Pokuru. Jaga Pokuru is made from 100% Hokkaido grown potatoes. These high quality potatoes are cut and processed using a unique method to achieve the snack's signature crispy texture. I don't think those are the fries.
Okay, so this is what we got instead. A seaweed cracker, but a sweet seaweed cracker because it's covered in sugar. It's not bad.
Yeah, I like it.
Everything in this box has been like super good quality. I think I've said that before and I'm going to say it again.
We can't try out the tea, obviously, but this is just what we have. A combination of sencha leaves and roasted brown rice. This tea is filling and just a little bit different from most teas. The last one in winter is the Funwari Meijin Mochi Puffs Kinako. The snack's delicate texture and sweet, nutty flavor makes it wildly addicting. Oh, the flakes are falling. Okay. Huh. That was so weird. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you look at it from the outside, it looks like a solid cheese ball.
Yeah.
But then you eat it and it's like super light and airy.
Yeah.
I don't even know what exactly I tasted. That's how light it was.
I'm tasting peanut butter.
The last romance manga recommendation I have. I keep on wanting to burp, but I'm not. Anyway, on that romantic note, the last romance manga recommendation I have is a manga called Last Game. It follows this guy and this girl all the way from elementary school to college. Usually in shoujo manga, it's always from the girl's perspective, and it's always like the girl having a crush on the guy. What I liked about this one was that it kind of flipped it a little bit.
Yeah.
He comes from a rich family, so he's used to getting everything that he wants.
His way.
He's just very like spoiled and stuck up. He's used to being the best at everything and being told that he's the best at everything.
Of
because
course,
that's how, I mean, that's how rich kids are. And then this new girl enters his school. She's very poor, but she's very practical too. She's very no nonsense. She doesn't really quite pick up social cues that well, but she's very like rational and thoughtful. She's better than him in like their exams. She's better than him at sports. She's better than him in like every other area that he thought he was the best in. He's like, what? You think you're better than me? And she's like, I mean, if you look at the score, then technically, yeah. And he's like, what the hell? I'm gonna prove you wrong. He considers her to be like a rival. And he's so dead set on like beating her in like anything that he even decides to go to the same middle school and the same high school as she does.
Just follow her around.
Even though he could have gone to like some rich like private school instead. Yeah. He's like, no, I gotta prove a point to this girl. But what's so funny is like, she literally doesn't give a shit at all. So it's like a one-sided rivalry.
Right.
Because he's like, oh my God, like she's gonna make a fool out of me.
She's doing everything to spite me.
Yeah, and then she's just like going about her day. Like she's just minding her own business. He thought it was an ego thing, but then he didn't realize that he was actually like falling for her and like was super interested in what her life was about and like who she is as a person. And he just thinks, oh, I'm just really into this rivalry. That's it. I thought it was cute. And so it follows them all the way from elementary school, middle school, high school, and then even to college, because then they end up going to the same college together.
That's awesome. It follows them through their life.
They're kind of like frenemies, but the frenemies is only because he was being like, oh, we're gonna fight. And so they're like childhood friends that grew up together. Usually when I read a shoujo manga, it's the girl that's getting so worked up over over the guy,
Yeah.
and the guy doesn't give a shit. What I liked about last game is that she was the more stoic one who was just minding her own business, and he's just like
Freaking out,
yeah, he's just like
worked up.
freaking out and getting so flustered, and it's just like really funny to see like this dumb kid. I just think it's cute.
My last recommendation is going to be Wotakoi, Love is Hard for an Otaku. And that one follows two 20-something-year-old office workers. Narumi is a otaku, and she tries to hide it, and that's the reason why she ends up meeting Hirotaka again, because at her old job, it came out that she wasn't otaku. She ran away in shame.
Is it a bad thing to be exposed as an otaku
It's a
in
little bit
Japan?
like, I think, and obviously I'm not Japanese, I wouldn't know, but from what I've heard,
Teach me more about Asian culture, Melody.
stop it! Stop it! Maybe it's not bad, but she definitely feels like
She feels shame.
I can't work here. People know this stuff about me, and I hardcore relate to that.
I
So,
mean, it could be worse. She could have had a YouTube channel where she rants about books and fairy tales.
I know.
Now that's
that
embarrassing.
is humiliating.
That's
I know.
shameful right there. I couldn't imagine what it would be like if all my coworkers knew about my channel and watched my videos regularly.
That would be horrifying.
Yeah, anyway.
So she's starting at a new workplace. She thinks everything's going fine. We're all going dandy. And then she meets her childhood friend, who is also technically speaking an otaku, but he is a gamer otaku. He is not about hiding. But because he doesn't hide it, the first thing he asks once they see each other with their supervisors is, hey, are you going to this anime convention?
Yeah.
And it just
And she's like, shut the fuck up!
almost, yeah.
Yeah.
The way that he kind of proposes that they go out, it's adorable and kind of hurts. Because at first she's like, I would never consider dating you. And then like a few days later, he asks her like, how about if you date me? I guess he has like confidence up the wazoo. And you can talk to me about otaku stuff. I'll help you at your anime conventions. I'll help you do your artwork. All of that convinces her to say like, yeah.
Dang, he pulls out like a PowerPoint presentation.
does,
He's
yeah.
like, this is why we should be
These
together.
are the
XYZ.
logistics.
That's how Obama asked Michelle out.
That's right,
Michelle, 'cause,
yeah.
oh my god. Obama's an otaku.
But it's very, very sweet because at first you think that Narumi is just into Hirotaka because of convenience sake. Narumi slowly does start to realize, although it's very subtle about it, like how much she loves Hirotaka. And I also really like it because it shows like these friendship dynamics of adults who are working adults, go to their jobs, put in their hours, but then also have these passionate hobbies. It just validates me that I can go to the office, I can do my law firm job, and I can still go home and have these things that I'm really, really passionate about and maybe fall in love.
Now it's time to end this video with one of our favorite seasons. I am gonna choose the Mochan Dango Mochi just because the packaging is super cute.
Right.
Hanami Dango is a version of mochi especially eaten during Hanami, which is flower viewing season.
I love how you always put everything in your mouth and I always take
I'm
a
just
little
like,
bite.
I like it.
Yeah. It's very chewy, but it's good. Strawberry.
It's chewy, it's gummy. I thought it would be super sweet, but it's not actually like overbearingly sweet.
No, it's not. Let's do the fries.
The Koikaya minced stick potato, Supa Mucho Plum. Every bite carries the floral notes of plum blossoms, the sourness of yumeboshi, which is pickled plum, and the earthiness of shiso, which is parallel leaves. These are very, very tiny fries.
But it's just like French fries.
Yeah, but
Well,
the flavor, it has a kick to it, right?
It does, yeah.
The flavor doesn't come until after the first few bites. The sourness of yumeboshi, pickled plum. I can kind of taste the sourness.
Yeah, I think that's what the kick is. Yeah, it's a little bit sour. They're good though. I can definitely see why these would be popular.
Next one is a biscuit. Tottori 20th Century Pear Fromage Biscuit. This delicate little biscuit is a delicious blend of lush pear, rich cheese, and decadent white chocolate.
Oh, it smells like a pear. There's a combination of cheese and pear and what was it?
Oh, white chocolate.
Yeah, I can definitely taste the combination.
I dig it.
Yeah, everything was excellent.
This is the one that we have been saving for last, the white strawberry. This is the world's first chocolate-infused strawberry produced by an innovative Nagano maker exclusively for BOKKSU. It's infused with white chocolate, so I guess we'll taste it on the inside.
I taste the white chocolate.
But it's not obvious. I can definitely see how it's like infused.
That's really good. I thought that was perfect to end it.
Wow. You know how there's chocolate covered strawberries and you
Yeah.
can clearly taste the chocolate?
Yeah.
But this one is like more subtle.
Yeah.
So Melody is not a booktuber,
Nope.
but she has videos on her channel that are more vlog style.
Upload once every 6 months. So your inbox will not be crowded at all.
Feel free to subscribe to her channel and unsubscribe from mine instead. Goodbye.
Bye.
君の虜になってしまえばきっと